Give it a minute and see if we have indeed gone live. There we go. A few people showing up. What's happening? 10? Here comes the viewers. Gitly. Worst battle report ever. Good evening. It's funny, do you know what? My opponent cancelled on me because he said he wasn't feeling well. I am not feeling well now either. So, I'm not too bad. I can tell I've got something coming. Had some Lemsip before I came live. But yeah, good evening. So, I thought, because those new Terminators got released, that what I would do is I would look out. The Death Guard contingent is strong. I would look out a bunch of the Terminators that I did before, the Blood Angels ones. Oh, I better turn on autofocus on my camera. Good afternoon, Smash Captain. One sec. Autofocus. Last time I was live, though, the camera didn't want to focus on the models at all. It just wanted to focus on my hands, so we'll see. So I thought what I'd do is I'd get some of these Terminators that have, like, cool Blood Angels heraldry on them. And even though I'm in the middle of painting some other models, I thought I'd just take tonight and slap some paint on some of these ones. As a bit of a change of pace. Because I did buy another set of these this week. Because obviously I think this set is going to be discontinued as soon as those new ones release, right? And the Sanguinary Guard and the Death Company sets got discontinued. And when those things got discontinued, boy, did they jump in price. Absolutely jumped in price massively. Like, Sanguinary Guard costs 3 times, 4 times the retail now. So after I made the video earlier in the week talking about this, I noticed that a lot of places went out of stock. I mean, if nothing else, this big Blood Angels banner, if you buy those new Terminators, getting this big actual Blood Angels banner on top will be tight, right? I have one of these Terminators here. Like, someone said these shoulder pads might be... Yeah, maybe the new Terminator shoulder pads are a little bit bigger. Tiny bit bigger. Yeah, tiny bit. Well, if nothing else, these cool shoulder pads will work nicely on Blade Guard. I mean, all these shoulder pads would work nicely on Blade Guard. It's not like Blade Guard got their own cool shoulder pads, right? So you could definitely put all these shoulder pads up onto your Blade Guards. I mean, you could even put some of the Crux Terminatus ones on the Blade Guards. It probably isn't the worst idea in the world. So, I honestly thought to stop making this Terminator kit. They've been out of stock for the better part of the year. They might have stopped, Miguel. If they knew there was a new Terminator kit coming, they might just be selling off the old stock. Do you know what? The thing that I found most enjoyable about this kit, though, was look at this. Terminators. Weapon skill 4 up, ballistic skill 4, strength 4, toughness 4, wounds 1, big woundage. Initiative, attacks, 2 attacks. Oh, the game's changed a lot. The sergeant guy, he still only had 2 attacks. I think this must be 8th edition rules, is it? I think that's the 8th edition logo. Yeah, no, I love these Blood Angels Terminators. If I'd known I had 9 of them still half in progress, maybe I wouldn't have bought this box. But do you know what? That box could be an investment, because if they go anything like the Sanguinary Guard are now on eBay. Sanguinary Guard, like I said, Sanguinary Guard are selling for 4 or 5 times retail. So it's not like you're telling me in a year's time someone's not going to be like, wow, I really want some Blood Angels Terminators. Let me just go to eBay. So I don't think it'll be a waste of money. If anything, it will probably, buying them probably make money. And if I'm making new Terminators in the future, my goodness, I need them to have Blood Angels pieces on them. I really don't like the genericification of just, I guess, anything that is Primaris, I guess, is getting genericified a bit. So, yes, hello. Let me see if I can make the chat a little bit easier for me to see here. Pandaman says, I bought another set of the Blood Angels Terminator. Is going to make some upscaled ones when the new ones come out. I love the poses of the newly announced ones. Yeah, I mean, the poses and stuff are cool. Don't get me wrong. It's not, and I mean, the new models do look cool as well. I mean, I think I'm not, because I've got so many of these ones, I'm not going to build that set. I'm going to use that set to try and make some of the new ones, when I get some of the new ones, into more Blood Angels ones. Like, if we go back like 4 or 5 years, you could buy, you could just buy Blood Angels Terminator shoulder pads on Forge World. Like, that was just a thing. Like, some of these guys here actually have the Blood Angels. Gabriel Seth was right. It's too early in the day for Gabriel Seth was right. It's too early for that. Like, I think this shoulder pad here, this is one of the ones from Forge World. I don't know how well you can see that, but that is one of the Forge World ones. Let me see if there's any other Forge World ones in here. Yeah, this one's from Forge World as well. It's similar. There's another Forge World one. Yeah, so there was a time not too long ago where you could just go to Forge World and buy a bunch of Blood Angels Terminator shoulder pads. But yeah, I mean, even just having this banner, right? Like, having the banner. I have 3 of these banners. It's a bit ridiculous, but, you know, I'm hoping Assault Terminators get reworked when the kit launches. I don't have big like, I know a lot of people are saying that they think Blood Angels are going to get Assault Terminators. I think I'm in the camp of, I don't have big confidence about that. And I think the reason I don't have big confidence about that is because, like, there's been no Death Company now on the Games Workshop website for like well, maybe not over a year, but it's coming up to a year, because I made a video like 10 months ago. So pretty much since that Death Company box set came out with Lamartes and Astrath and the Death Company Dreadnought and all that, like a year ago, almost probably to the day, I imagine, there's just been no way to actually buy Death Company from Games Workshop. Like, so there's like a whole year there's no new Death Company. And, you know, like, I read Reddit, same as you guys. I post on Reddit probably every day. In fact, I'm actually a moderator of the Blood Angels Reddit, so, I mean, I keep up to date with what people are saying on Reddit. And one of the things that people are saying is, like, a lot of people are saying, like, they think we're going to get Assault Terminators, right? They think we're going to get a reworked Blood Angels Assault Terminator kit, right? It's 9 PM in sunny Scotland. Yes, indeed it is 9 PM. Good evening, Campbell. But this idea that we're going to get a reworked Blood Angels Assault Terminator kit, like, look at the Death Company Dreadnought, right? Like, that wasn't a reworked Brutalis, it was just the same model with a new name, right? Look at the fact that there's been no Death Company now on the Games Workshop website for like a year, pretty much, since that box set came out like about a year ago. So I guess I'm in the camp now where I don't know if I believe, like, I think originally when everybody was getting excited, like, oh well, we'll get a Death Company, we'll get a Blood Angels Terminator revamp, we'll get a new Terminator Assault kit, it'll be all Blood Angels. Like, originally, yeah, I was on board with that. I was like, yeah, that'll be cool. But as time's going on, I'm like sort of looking at the facts and going, will we get that? Because doesn't feel like the other things are going You know, like, are we getting a Death Company Dreadnought that's actually different to the Brutalis? You know, like, I don't think so, right? So yeah, so I went out this week and I bought another one of these old Terminator Assault kits. Why? Because I like the flavor these models have. I like how they look. I think they're cool, and I don't think the new ones, like, if you know, it's not like I don't like the new ones. I just like the flavor of these ones. Alex says Blood Angels are not going to get a special Terminator box because we don't have any special Terminators. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one, right? Like, nobody knows. I certainly don't know. I'm just guessing. But yeah, I kind of, after I filmed the video that I put out on Monday night, where I sort of ended that video saying to myself, like, if I get the new Terminators down the line, and I don't have any parts to customize them and make them Blood Angels, will I regret that? Because I kind of regret that with the Sangre Guard and the Death Company, right? Like, I didn't buy I didn't buy any of those kits when, like, the old kits when those models were Legends. And I really prefer the old kits. It's the same as the upgrade sprue. I really prefer the old upgrade sprue to the new one. It's just got more cool shit on it. It's got more unique shit on it. It's got more stuff on it that makes them stand out. Did I buy any of the old upgrade sprues? No. I'm lucky that I was sitting on a couple, but you know, like, if I could go back in time and be like, the Firstborn upgrade sprue is going away, in hindsight, know that the Primaris one is going to remove a lot of the options, would have probably bought a few more. Yeah, there is rumors that Space Hulk's going to get a new edition. And I guess if Space Hulk gets a new edition, that potentially means new Blood Angels Terminators, but yeah, I didn't want to take the chance. And like I said, I think if you buy that Firstborn Terminator set, it's not going to go down in value. It's only going to go up in value. Look at the people that bought the Firstborn Blood Angels Tactical Squad, right? Like, if you have the Blood Angels Tactical Squad, it goes on eBay now for about 6 times retail. Like, they are like $150. That's UK pounds. So I imagine if you're in America, you're probably going to be $200. If you're in Australia, you have to remortgage your house. Yeah, like, if you're in Australia or New Zealand and you want a Blood Angels Tactical Squad, you have to get a new mortgage for that, because that's how expensive those are. No offense to my few viewers from Australia. I'm just messing with you guys. I know that your prices in Australia and New Zealand are really, really bad. Neuropoxin says, I got lucky and got 2 boxes of old Death Company and the packs and bits to upgrade the Assault Intercessors from the Death Company box, but I totally missed out on old Sangre Guard. Yeah, I mean, there is old Sangre Guard on eBay, dude, but my goodness, they're expensive. I was looking this week and I think 2 boxes, UK pounds, 2 boxes of old Sangre Guard, which I think would have retailed, I want to say when they were last on sale, they retailed for about 22, 23 bucks. They are 190 bucks for 2 boxes, so that is like somewhere in the region of 400% markup on what they used to cost. It's a lot. Hello Sean, it's pointless trying to figure out what GW does. We have unique Terminator data. We didn't have a unique Terminator data sheet, but we did have a bespoke troop unit for Death Company, but we didn't get it like the Space Wolves got it. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's impossible to figure out what Games Workshop is going to do and what models sell. And I mean, they probably have all the data, right? Like, they'll know how many they'll know how many Death Company boxes they shifted, and they'll know if it's worth them, to make more Death Company for the website or whatnot. Like, they'll know those numbers. So, and obviously we don't know the numbers, right? So, like, we just have to guess. So, I guess I took a bit of a leap of faith and just bought the Firstborn kit. But yeah, the old people are always going to want the old kits because they're classic and they're fun and they're customizable. So if you can afford it, especially now, like, see when I made that video on Monday night, before I made the video on Element Games, it was saying that their stock levels for this Firstborn Terminator kit was 10 plus. As of today, they are out of stock. So they have sold at least 10 boxes of Blood Angels Assault Terminators in like 3 days. And I mean, imagine on a normal week they're not selling 10 boxes of Blood Angels Assault Terminators. I think it is people realize. Someone in Discord said as well in Germany it was the same. Like there was a couple of places in Germany that had like good stock, and now they're all sold out. So probably, in a way, it's probably actually good for Games Workshop in that, like, when they announce these new Terminators and stuff, they probably managed to get all their old stock just sold off, because people are like, hold on a minute, I need that old stock before it goes the way of the dodo. So, yeah, I mean, if you like the old kits, now's the time, I guess. The Hermit Druid, good evening. I have 20 old Sangori Guard. I got trading into Warhammer. I want to flip them for some Gladiator Lancers. Well, you probably can, man, because the old Sangori Guard, people love those kits, myself included. Unfortunately, I already have 30 of the old Sangori Guard, so I don't think I need any more, but I'm sure somebody does. It's crazy that Games Workshop don't just hire some more people, says Pandaman. Well, I think probably it's probably not crazy. It's probably just like, I could be wrong, right? Like, I don't know the logistics behind it, but what I imagine is they probably, like, there's so many armies and stuff now. Let's use combat patrols. They probably sell a crap load of combat patrols, right? And probably, like, let's use Christmas as an example. Like at Christmas time, everybody buys like those battle boxes and stuff. So it's probably just, how are they going to use their resources? Are they going to make like a Blood Angels Terminator kit that's going to sell like 2 or 3 copies? Or are they going to make a combat patrol that they're going to shift 100 units for at Christmas time, right? Like, it's not necessarily that... It's you know, it's probably sheer logistics. Like, it probably just doesn't make sense for them to make some of the old, I guess, specialist kits, right? Where they could just be like, well, if we make a new combat patrol for Army X, we know how many of those we'll sell, because we know that there's this many players. Whereas if we make like a very specific Space Marine unit box, like the Missing Death Company box, especially considering they just did like a big Death Company refresh, they're probably going, well, like right now we're not actually going to get that many sales of that Death Company box, so it doesn't make a whole heap of sense to invest time and effort and money into making those. Does that make sense? What's going on in here? Slaith the Space Marine, welcome. I don't know if we've met before, but thanks for showing up. How are you? We are painting Firstborn Terminators before they get Legends. Well, I mean, they are already going Legends, we know that. Frank says, my Blood Angels Assault Terminators just came in today, so no regrets. Exactly, Frank. I have no regrets on buying another box. That will mean that I have... That will mean that potentially I have like 20 Assault Terminators. Why do I need so many? There's no reason. I mean, I can't remember the last time I fielded more than... I was going to say, I have fielded 10 Terminators once, I think, in 10th edition. I used to field 5 quite often. Why do I have 40 or 50? I don't know. Andrew, thank you so much for becoming a battle brother, dude. It's been a quiet month, actually, in terms of new members and subscribers and super chats and stuff, so thank you so much for supporting the channel. I just wonder if it's at the end of the edition, people's hype level is down a little bit. That's what I was attributing it to. But please do come over and join our Discord. You get into the members only room if you're a channel member, so I try and chat in there like most days. So come chat, hang out. Join the members only room on Discord, ! Discord and chat, and my bot will tell you the link if you aren't already in this Discord. There's a reason I'm making a full-size chapter. Yeah, I mean, I just like Terminators, man, and I'm just always growing my army, I guess. Like, why would you not just always grow your army? In some ways I do, like, I am really appreciative of this this recent Primaris release not I much prefer the releases where they're not legending models, you know, like it's much better to just be like, alright, Terminators have a new kit, they're bigger, etc. Like, I much prefer that. I just wish that we could get like a much better upgrade sprue, right? You know, like I just want a really meaty Blood Angels upgrade sprue with all the bits and bobs that we had in previous editions. Like, that's what I really want, like a really meaty Blood Angels upgrade sprue. Do you prefer claws or hammers? I have a currently neither of those options, claws and hammers, neither of them are overly competitive. We were hoping with the Blood Angels Assault Terminators, we were hoping with the Assault Terminator refresh some of those options would become competitive, because right now Thunder Hammers are really underwhelming, Lightning Claws are also pretty underwhelming, so I don't really run either right now. So I can't really tell you what I would prefer. Right now I would mix the unit, but I think the new release is going to remove the mixing. So I think in the current squad has some flexibility in that you could run, like, let's say 2 with Thunder Hammers and 3 with Lightning Claws. I think the new release is going to be, you're going to have to run the whole squad with the same weapon type. Have I considered the Terminator bits from Crimson Lords? I actually have those Crimson Lord bits, you're right, Smash Captain. And I do like putting third-party bits on my models, like, that is something that I do commonly. But I do also like the official stuff, like, the official stuff is what I grew up on, right? Like, I'm more of a... You know, I'm willing to spend my hard-earned money on the official stuff if they would just give us just give me the upgrade sprue with all the... Like, I want an upgrade sprue with all those cool Firstborn Death Company shoulder pads. You remember them? The Firstborn Death Company helmets, the Sangre Guard helmets, their shoulder pads, the Terminator ones. Like, just give us the Firstborn stuff that we used to have. Good evening, Robert. Did I say hello to you, Eternal Crusader? I don't know. Good evening. Chris A. Good evening. The Terminators are looking badass. Yeah, I mean, Assault Terminators for Blood Angels do look pretty badass. Everything looks better in red. The whole point of Primaris was for them to be modular, so each chapter could buy their sprue and kit. But then it went back to bespoke kits for everybody but us. I don't know, I thought the Primaris were a bit of a story mechanism and a bit of an upgrade, I guess. It's a tough question, though. Like, I get it. I just sort of wish that, I feel like if I keep harping on long enough, we'll eventually get a better upgrade sprue. I'll keep asking. And at some point, someone at Games Workshop will be like, God, we've got to shut that Blood Angels commander guy up. He's so annoying. Then it'll be just like real life when my family are like, you're annoying. I played a Space Wolf game when I ran 20 Wolfguard Terminators with a low gun and Arjax and Last Man Standing win rules. Opponent had to chew through 95 wounds of 2-up, 4-up, where I'm constantly fallback charge with the dread shooting. Yeah, I bet your opponent loved chewing through 95 wounds of 2-up, 4-up. But yeah, normally on a Wednesday night we do a battle report. We'll try and get back to a battle report next Wednesday. I know there wasn't one last Wednesday as well, but my opponent called in sick tonight, so there's not too much I can do about that, unfortunately. So I figured I'd use this time to put a bit of paint on some of these old Firstborn Terminators that have been left unpainted for far too long. You know that when you make some models and then you leave them unpainted for far too long? That's exactly where these guys were. They've just been left unpainted for far too long. So tonight seemed like the perfect opportunity. Hello Metal Vesper, good evening, how are you? And I sometimes like painting base coats because it's pretty relaxing to just smash the paint on there and not have to worry too much. And it means I can read chat and I can catch up with you guys as well. So we'll probably get back to painting my actual army and Inquisitor Courtiers and my Apothecary and all that good stuff on like Saturday night. I think I have this kit. I got it in a trade. Well, you're a lucky man because this kit is selling out right now. Ever since I made the video on Monday night, this kit has been selling out. Apparently it's been sold out in Germany, it's been sold out in the UK. I don't know about America, but someone in Discord was saying this kit is now sold out in Germany, and one of the sites that I use, the big site I use in the UK, was sold out as well. So I don't know what was happening with this banner when I painted it. Good evening, Sean. I'm well enough. I have a little bit of a cold coming on, I think, but for the most part, yeah, I'm well. I've almost recovered from a damn shoulder injury, and my neck is feeling good. So, I'm actually really looking forward to getting to the gym this weekend, because I didn't realize how much I miss the gym when I'm injured and I can't go to the gym. So, yeah, I'm good, Sean. Thanks for asking. And I'll probably end up injuring myself again this weekend because I haven't been to the gym in a few weeks and I'm like desperate to go, and I'll probably push some exercise too hard, of course, because that's what I always inevitably do. What did I do to my shoulder? I'm just trying to. I don't know if you know the exercise called what's it called? The farmer's walk. Basically, you lift very, very heavy weights and you walk. I mean, you don't have to walk fast. You just have to hold the weights for as long as possible and walk like a long distance. So I beat my personal best at the farmer's walk by quite a bit. I was feeling really good about it, and then the next day, obviously, I woke up in absolute agony because I guess the farmer's walk is pretty brutal on your shoulders, depending on how much you're lifting, I guess. Farmer's carries, that's the one. Yeah. They're good exercise, man. They really work your forearms. Forearms, shoulders, core as well. Like, it's a simple exercise and it works so many muscles. So I've been trying to build up my farmer's carries. Yeah. Element Games is 10 plus on back order. Yeah, so people are going ham for these Assault Terminators. If you want them, now is going to be the time. Because I think it'll probably be about a month till Games Workshop put out the new Terminators, and when the new Terminators come out, this kit will be gone. And this kit's great, honestly. I'm just painting the unfinished ones. I've got finished ones as well of these Assault Terminators, and I really like them. They just feel really flavorful. I'm here to salute, says PK Arjo. How you doing, brother? Nice to see you. A lot of people hanging out this Wednesday, it's nice. How much was I lifting? Well, it's as much about the time as well, right? So I was probably, I'm trying to think, like that room's 5 meters, so I was probably trying to walk 100 meters, maybe slightly less than 100 meters. I'm trying to think, like, I was basically walking from one end of my house to the other end of the house. So it's maybe like 90 meters. So it's trying to walk 90 meters carrying 20 kilogram dumbbell in both hands. But I'm not walking fast, right? I'm walking 90 meters probably takes like 2 minutes to walk when you're carrying that much weight, right? So it's like 44 pounds in each hand. My 3-year-old child weighs like 42 pounds. So it's like, it's the equivalent of walking 100 meters carrying a 3-year-old in both hands. Well, I say 3, he's like 3 and 8 months. So he's almost 4, so it's almost like carrying a 4-year-old in each hand and walking 90 meters. Yeah, it completely fucked my shoulder. Oh, that's a lot of time under tension. Yeah, well, while I was doing it, I felt okay. Like, I felt okay when I was doing it. I mean, it felt heavy, but it felt okay. Just go to the supermarket and hope for the shopping. I mean, you could. Did your shopping weigh 44 pounds? I feel like that's a lot of shopping. Oh, how heavy is a 2-litre bottle of Coca-Cola? That is a question. How heavy is a 2-litre bottle of, well, just water, I guess. A 2-litre bottle of water is 4.4 pounds. Okay, so that's equivalent to having a bag in each hand, and each hand has 10 2-litre bottles of Coke in it. I can't convert litres to ounces. I don't know what I don't know what you measure that in American is. 2 litres to ounces, because I know you guys don't use litres. So it's a 70 ounce, right? So that's the equivalent of walking like 90 meters, the length of a football pitch. Yeah, it felt okay. It felt okay when I was doing it, but the day after I just woke up and like my shoulder was just so fucking sore. Just my left shoulder. Evening, Marius, how you doing? You well? 2 litres is the standard, is it? Okay, right, sorry, I know that you guys do it for some beverages. I didn't know you did it for like water and stuff. Well, yeah, I mean, and when I say I was doing farmer's carries, right, like it's not like I'm only doing one set. I did one set of 90 meters, and then probably did another set of like 80 meters, another set of like 70 meters, and maybe another set of like 75s, because I was doing like 4 sets. But one set I was pushing it to try and get to like 90 meters, which is basically like 10 back and forths the whole length of my house. And I'd never done 10 before. I'd done 8 a bunch of times, and I was like, I think I can do 10. That's when I injure myself. Every time I'm in the gym and I'm like, I think I can push this exercise to like 2 more or something, and then I'm in fucking agony for like a week. And I'm like, why did I push? Why did I do that? It gets addictive though, right? Like you want, like, it feels good when you get personal bests, right? Like personal bests are exhilarating. It feels good to like message the group chat of the people that I go to the gym and be like, dudes, I just beat my personal best. Feels good. Feels bad when you're in agony for a week after it. It is a Captain Carlian, but he's obviously had his bolter replaced with a storm shield. Captain Carlian doesn't have a valid weapon loadout, or does he have? Oh, he might have. You might be able to do like bolter and relic weapon, is it? But yeah, so this is a Captain Carlian with a 3D printed shield, because maybe at one point I thought that they were going to take away the bolter Thunderhammer option that he had. But yeah, I've had Captain Carlian. I have the Death, not the Death Watch box, the Death Storm box. This guy's from the Death Storm box. That's a fucking ancient box. It's like 5th or 6th edition. It was they had Blood Angels, Terminator's Death Company, and the Death Company Dreadnought, I believe, against the Nids. Do you remember the Death Storm box? It was a really good box. Yeah, it was an old box. I think I had that box before I quit the hobby, like I don't know, like over 10 years ago now, because I only came back to the hobby like 8 or 9 years ago, so it must have been like 12 years, maybe something like that. I don't know. I lose track. I really do. Early access box? No. I don't think it was ever early access. This one? Death Storm? It was like, Blood Angels, Terminators, 5 of them, Captain Carlian, 5 Death Company and a Dreadnought versus Nids. I mean, I might even have the rulebook in here. Oh no, it's other crap that's in here. I'd have to find the rulebook, but yeah, it wasn't early access. I think it was maybe somewhat limited. The Shield of Baal? The Shield of Baal. It was an oldie though. Back when the Death Company Dreadnought was good, right? Really good. Crycheck, good evening. Didn't see you jump in here. Early access is a modern FOMO phenomenon. Yeah, I don't remember why I got that box. I mean, probably just got it because it looked cool, right? I'm sure you're right, Sean. I'm sure it had a book with it. But yeah, I've had this Captain Carlian for far too long without any paint on him, so that gets fixed right now. He gets a tiny bit of paint. That was what I was joking on one of my other videos, where like Marneus Calgar. What do I think of the new Assault Terminators? I mean, I like the new Terminators. I just think they don't have any flavour, or they don't have any. And yeah, I mean, I like I did make a video on Monday about the Terminators and said like, every new Primaris model is typically cool, right? Like they're bigger, they're easier to paint, they're well detailed. Like I have so many Primaris models, like I don't have really much negative to say about Primaris. What I have negative to say about is the upgrade sprue. Like I really hate the Blood Angels upgrade sprue, the Primaris one. I think it's terrible. I think it lacks options, and I think if you compare it to our original upgrade sprue, or upgrade sprues that we used to have from in the old kits and stuff, it's really lacking. It's like on the Primaris upgrade sprue, every shoulder pad, every single shoulder pad, yeah, it's bland. Every single shoulder pad is just the default. Like I don't know if I've got a default one here on any of these models, but like, you know, the default one, I would call it the default. It's just a blood drop with the wings on the two side. Every shoulder pad is that, right? I'm gonna find one. I think this is one, right? You know, like, so this is the Primaris upgrade sprue. It's like, if we call this the default, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those. Then you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They might be Gravis ones, they might be Terminator ones, I'm not sure. Then you've got 1, 2. I think these are the Terminator ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got one with like a purity seal. So 4 are the same, 1 are different. 10 are exactly the same. 2 are the same, 1 different. Like 6 the same, 1 different or something. And it's like, so basically the way it is now, I guess with these new upgrade sprues, only the Sergeant can have a different shoulder pad. Everybody else has to have the bog standard default shoulder pad. And like you go to the old kits, and it's like different, different, different. Right, these two are the same. So you know, there's 6 there. 5 different variations. There's also another variation here. So like in this Terminator set that only handles 5 models, there's 5 different iterations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, there's 6 different iterations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 6 different iterations. And this only handles 5 models. The Primaris one, which is handling like 40 models, has less iterations. Five of those are for Phobos. Yeah, sorry, I mean, I must admit, I'm not fully clued up on the Primaris upgrade sprue, but I do, like, when I look at it and I just see the same shoulder for every single fucking guy, I'm like, it just doesn't excite me, I feel like. It's like everybody's the same. I mean, aren't your models, doesn't it, when they're different, like this, you know, doesn't it mean they've got character? Doesn't it mean that they're just different? Like, doesn't that make painting them more fun when they're all different as opposed to carbon copies? Hey, I'm no expert, man. But I like my character. I like my characters to have character. Judson says, I don't see it as a bad thing. If here's the thing, dude, if you like the Primaris upgrade sprue, and that's, you know, if that's hitting the notes that you want and you think it makes your chapter like a uniform and stuff, by all, don't let me shit on that. You know, like, my kids are forever doing that. We have the saying in our house, like, don't yuck somebody else's yum. You know, like, if you enjoy that, dude, more power to you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I wish as like a 40k community we could all do we could all do a little bit better, and like when somebody likes something, be respectful of it. I think humans in general actually at the moment could probably do a bit better with that. You know, everybody's different, everybody's got their own opinions. I just would really like them to sell me one where I can just customize the crap out of every single guy, right? That's what I want to do. I want to customize every single guy. You know, like, you've ever see those cool things when people name all their models? You know, like, so this is Brother Arathian, and this is Brother Raphael, and, you know, they've all got cool names, or they're all unique models, or whatever you want to call it, right? Like, that's what I want to do. This man is having a Gabriel Seth moment. Dude, I've been having this moment the entire time. Every couple of months, I'm on eBay, and if anyone ever selling like Firstborn Sangreguard sets or old Firstborn upgrade sprues, I'm the guy buying them, man. I've picked up some deals. Honestly, I found some guy selling, like, I guess he'd built his Sangreguard and he was selling off like what's left in the box. You know, like all this, like half the stuff was still on sprues. He was selling it off for like $5. I was all over that. It was the quickest purchase I've ever made on eBay. I was like, oh my god, this guy's... I think it was somebody had decided they didn't like the wings on the Firstborn Sangreguard. So he was selling like half the upgrades in the wings for like $5. I was like, yoink, that is mine. Quickest eBay purchase I've ever made in my life, you know? So, yeah, if you can find what you're looking for, you know, knock yourself out, I guess. We know GW can do customization. Look at the new Space Wolf stuff. Well, yeah, that's just the thing, right? So, like, keep our fingers crossed. Keep asking, right? Like, I'll shut up when they give us a better upgrade sprue. I'll keep championing that cause. I will keep bringing it up. I don't really think anyone from Games Workshop watches or cares about my stream. But I'm sure I can influence some people. We can keep it. We can always talk about it on Reddit, and we can keep asking, right? If you don't ask, you don't get. I want, and that's the thing that annoys me the most. Probably is like, it's not even the cost, right? You know, like the Blood Angels upgrade sprue is like $21, the current one, which probably is fine, right? Like, let's say this new one they're going to charge $30. Because it's a lot more unique and stuff. I don't even necessarily think the cost is a problem. Like, if that's what they want to charge, fine. You know, like it's kind of like, you know how Horus Heresy is like specialized kits, so to speak. Maybe this is the same thing, right? My squads are usually different Primaris bodies, like my Intercessors has a Hellblaster, my Infernus has bolt rifles, and then you... Yeah, and I mean... I think it's cool to give your models flavor, man. If you don't like that, though, by all means, don't listen to me. It's just I like giving them a bit of flavor. If you're totally happy with the current sprues, then like more power to you. You can just enjoy yourself in bliss, I guess. While the rest of us are here moaning about this, that, and whatever. Is that a Blood Angels Terminator kit? It is indeed. I just bought the old Blood Angels Terminator kit because essentially it is going out of stock now because the new kit was just announced, and I think when the new kit finally hits stores or shelves or whatever, this kit that I am using right now will essentially become Legends, right? Necron players have been asking for flayed ones since forever, still no joy. Well, I mean, I'll probably be asking for this customization forever as well. Bryce says, I'm entering armies on parade at my local store. I need to rip off a bunch of printed Sangregar jump packs. If you're in the US, you know that there is a website that's selling those Crimson Lord bits now, right? Fat Man's Kitchen is scratch building a jump pack for a knight. Which knight gets a jump pack, dude? How do you choose? Is there anything on the Armor of Angels Horus Heresy sprue that is good? I don't know Armor of Angels Horus Heresy sprue. I'm not familiar with this sprue. Someone in chat will be. What is the sprue that Silver Smile is talking about? How can I look at this sprue? What is it? Explain yourself. GW hate Discord miniatures. Do you know what, dude? I don't like being overly negative for no other reason than to be overly negative. That's the... I'm not trying to be overly negative. I don't want to come across as overly negative. I actually don't watch other channels. Like, I've unsubscribed to channels that I find overly negative. Because I feel like, personally, I have enough negative crap going on in life that I don't need to get overly negative. It's a weird psychology. It's a really weird psychological thing, right? Because people will click on overly... Like, if I put a thumbnail... Let's say I make two thumbnails. One is like, this unit is really good. The next thumbnail is like, this unit is the worst unit ever. More people are going to click on the worst unit ever thumbnail. So there's this weird thing as humans where we actually want the drama, or we can't turn off for the drama, or... but yeah, no, I mean, maybe I need to stop speaking about wanting... I don't like to watch... I don't like to watch channels that are overly negative, man. It's my personal opinion. I just don't like doing it. It's probably why you won't find too many negative videos on my channel. But at least I try. At least I feel like I'm not being. It's an upgrade sprue for the Horus Heresy. Armory of the Angels. I haven't bought that sprue. I have bought the I have bought the Horus Heresy transfer sheet before. I do like that. Oh, this... Oh, right. Okay, hold on. I think I've got it. I think I've got what he's talking about. This kit. Armory of the Blood Angels. Is that the one you're talking about? It probably works if you've got Firstborn Marines. They're probably a little bit small on... They're probably a little bit small on Primaris, I imagine. They're pretty beautiful though, right? Like, the spears are very cool, the axe is cool, this sword, this two-handed sword is pretty cool. I mean, bolters with blood drops, I can take it or leave it. These little 9s will be a fucking nightmare to paint, I imagine. Yeah, I mean, if you've got Firstborn models, Death Company, Sangre Guard that you're still building, I bet they'll be pretty cool. You're probably only able to use like half the kit. There isn't really anyone that runs an assault cannon. You probably have to proxy the mace as something else. The Infernal Pistols you could definitely use as well. The blood drops, fine. So yeah, I mean, if you've got a bunch of Firstborn models, it's probably okay to buy it. It's just probably not going to synergize super well with Primaris size stuff. And I mean, most of the stuff you're buying these days in 40k is realistically Primaris sized. Very few Firstborn kits still exist, right? Vanguard Veterans, Tactical Marines. There isn't that many Firstborn kits sitting around. It's pretty expensive, 24 bucks. I mean, upgrade sprues have been creeping up. 24 bucks is, yeah, I mean, I guess it is a little bit expensive. The way I look at it now is like everything in life is just getting expensive though, man, isn't it? The mace could be used as a Thunderhammer. Yeah, I mean, people are pretty good in letting you proxy stuff these days. So I wouldn't feel too worried about proxying the stuff. I think it would just be... That kit will work fine if you're doing Firstborn. It probably looks a little bit janky. Not too janky, but if you're really close in on the model, and it's a Primaris model, it'll probably look a little bit janky. Krychek says he thinks it would look okay on Primaris though. Yeah, I mean, I've put Firstborn arms and like Firstborn Infernal Pistols on Primaris models before. You just sometimes get, like, the arms just look a tiny bit short if you're really inspecting them, or sometimes the hands look a tiny bit small. It's not the biggest issue in the world though, right? Like, it's still, they're still perfectly valid, and it's only if you start looking at them and are really, really particular, I guess, that you notice these things. Evening Halo, how you doing? Pandaman, this kit is secretly better value than it looks. Every time you order it, something will be broken, so you can complain and you can get another one for free. Ah, the good old everything is... So is this a resin kit then? Or is it plastic these days? I actually have no idea. These are Blood Angels Terminators. They are indeed. They're the set that's probably going to be decommissioned in the next month or so. And this, I made a video about this set on Monday night, and since Monday night I have bought a set because I'm pretty sure they're going to be finished, decommissioned, whatever you want to call them. And a lot of people have been buying sets of them. So if you want a set of them, you probably need to get on it within the next couple of weeks. I had 9 of these. So I did get the new box, Impervious. Where did I put it? Here. Yeah. So I bought the box, but I actually looked in my drawers to see what models of these I had, and I actually found that I have 9 Assault Terminators that are, like, these guys were all somewhat in progress. So I guess over the years I have bought these guys. So I haven't opened the box that I bought this week. I'm just catching up. I figured I'd just paint some of the ones that were in progress. It seems pointless to build another set when I've got like 9 in progress, right? But I haven't actually decided what I'm going to use the other box set for. Like, do I just... Like, before I realised that I had 9 of these, I was thinking to myself, I'm going to build another... Because I've got 5 of these guys fully painted, right? Like, I've got 5 in my display cases, like, fully painted and finished Firstborn Terminators. I knew I had some more, I just didn't know how many I had. And before I knew that I had 9 of them, essentially, I thought to myself I was probably just going to build the second set so I could have 5 with lightning claws and 5 with thunderhammers, but apparently I already have that. So now maybe that set is going to sit there and it's going to let me customize a set of the assault terminators, which I guess I will inevitably end up getting the new sized ones at some point. B Commander and Blood Angels fans, I feel like you should have gotten like a Lightning Claw Terminator squad like the Dark Angels, says Halo. I don't know. I mean, I think Blood Angels will get more refreshes in the future. We will get new models in the future, I'm sure. I guess the question is, we have no idea what that could be. So I guess you risk, if you don't buy the old sets, you just risk never getting them, I guess. I don't know how I would feel about that. I wasn't willing to risk it. I feel like I missed out with the Sangre Guard. I think I said that in my video on Monday night. I didn't, when the Sangre Guard were getting re-released and the Death Company were getting re-released, I should have bought a couple of the old boxes just for the parts. But I didn't. How's everybody? Good evening, Ma. I just wanted to stop by and say, hey man, I just finished your Terminator video. I will be getting both Thunderhammer and Lightning Claw sets. Just got my Blood Angels Terminator Captain finished like 2 weeks ago. I should have waited. Dude, there's nothing wrong with the old models, man. There's nothing, you know, they're on the same size base. You can use the old ones just fine, I feel like. Good afternoon, Phil. How are you? Phil, in fact, said that he used the shoulder pads from the old ones on his new models, and he said they do look a tiny bit small, but they are totally viable and fine. And then, do you know, here's an interesting thing, right? Because I've got so many of these, right? Let me show you something. Look, here's a couple of Blade Guard that are rocking those Terminator shoulder pads from that old set. Oh, Phil, thank you.
Phil donated $50 via super chat. Happy birthday, early.
I do appreciate it, Phil. Thank you so much. $50, dude. You're crazy. Thank you. I lost my train of thought. I'm excited. Yeah, so these were actually easy to build Blade Guard. Like, you know, the ones that came in the, whatever they would have been, the Leviathan set? And I went in, and you might be able to see under there, like under the shoulder pad, I just hacked, you know, the easy to build one where the shoulder pad is all together? I just hacked at it with like a pair of clippers and got rid of what was there, because I didn't like the fact that the easy build set has no customization. This is my whole thing, right? My guys need customized. So I hacked, and look at these swords. These aren't Blade Guard swords either. This guy's holding a Sangre Guard sword. And, you know, we were talking about that a minute ago. His hand looks a tiny bit small compared to his arm size, right? Because it's a firstborn hand, it's a little bit smaller. But like, so I took the easy to build guy, hacked off his hand and replaced it with a Sangre Guard hand and sword, hacked off his shoulder, replaced it with a Terminator shoulder. I think this guy's even wearing like a Death Company helmet. So like, if you have these old kits, you can, yeah, take my strong hand, yeah. This guy also has got a different firstborn hand on him because he's got like that's an old captain sword or something, right? I think I even gave one of the Blade Guard a custom shield, I feel like. Yeah, this one that I hadn't finished painting, I gave like a custom 3D printed shield. Oh no, I don't even think this... Is that 3D printed or is that Forge World? That might be a Forge World shield. He's got a Forge World helmet on him. You like the beak? You know, I just like customizing them, man. I want them to have character. Phil, I'll put your $50 towards some customization, Phil. Phil, the amount you support the channel is crazy. Thank you. Yeah, it's a beaky helm. I think it was, do you remember they released like a Mark 9 helmet set? A Horus Heresy set? That's what that one is. No, it's not Crimson Lords. I got this years ago. Because, like I said, this is an easy to build model that I've customized. I actually don't know how I did that arm. It really looks quite good underneath. Because sometimes, you know, when you do the easy, like when you're customizing stuff like that, you end up with like random ugly stuff underneath that's like hidden. But that arm actually looks quite good. I did that guys ages ago, so I can't remember. But yeah, I like to give my guys as much flavor as humanly possible. And the old shields. I think this shield is a... What are they called? I had another one. They're called... It's not Crimson Lords. Highland Phoenix would know because he's got a set of them. They're the Forge World Blood Angels Terminators. I just can't think for the life of me what they're called right now. I'm sure I have another shield from them somewhere in one of these mental bits boxes that I've got. No, I've got every single thing except that shield. There's a storm shield. Look, I even have a metal Terminator banner. Remember when you used to... Remember... That might not even be a Terminator banner, that might be a metal Dreadnought banner. I think it's a Terminator banner. Yeah, are they not called Crimson Paladins? Is that's the one? Yeah, everybody's there. Crimson Paladin. I think that's a Crimson Paladin shield, honestly. Crimson Paladins have gone up a lot in price though these days. I think when I bought them they were like 50 or something. They're probably closer to 100 now. Has GW delisted Marius Calgar from their store? Or am I too cheap? Am I too silly to find him? I just usually use Google. Warhammer community Marius Calgar. Oh, Calgar is gone. There you go. Oh, he's on eBay now for 58. That's what I was telling you, like he's already on eBay. Like he's doubled in price already. Ah! People People like the old kits, man. I'm not crazy. I'm telling you, people, he's doubled in price already. He only went off sale like yesterday. He's $100. Ah! I didn't even open mine yet. Look, it's in the cellophane. I only bought this one like 2 weeks ago. I just made like $70. Alright, let's start the bidding. $100 for a pristine, unopened Marneus Calgar. Sell, sell, sell. Look, it's beautiful. Unopened. Look, I'll sign it. Yeah, get me a pen, I'll sign it. Signed by the rival commander. It's $100 already. Like, I bought it like last week for 30. It's fucking bonkers. People like the old shit. Hello, Island Phoenix. It's so dumb, says Phil. It is dumb, but I'm telling you, man. Blood Angel. So I looked on eBay on like Wednesday, right? Blood Angels Assault Terminators on eBay were like $42. Blood Angels Assault Terminators. Let's see. Yeah, so there's one here that's like $42. 43, I can't do math. Someone's selling the fucking paper instructions for a $5. Ah, what the fuck? Okay, someone's buying that? So they're... Oh, look, brand new in bought. Oh, well, that's from Estonia. Okay. I was going to say, there's not many unopened left here. There's only 2 pages. So there's only 1 box. There's only 1 box, almost gone. Maybe 2 boxes. So those 2 boxes go, and this shit's gonna go up in price. Are they still on sale on GW? No idea. They are still on sale on GW, but yeah, you watch. The second GW remove them, the price will just skyrocket. I mean, that's what all these other kits are doing, right? I can't believe Calgar's gone to $100 already. Like what? Like I literally bought him 2 weeks ago. Maybe it wasn't 2 weeks, maybe it was 3. So if you walk into your local gaming store tomorrow and you buy Calgar, you can literally flip him for like, he's already up to 300%. It's bonkers, man. Bearded Coyote says, one of my local gaming stores has a box of Blood Angels Terminators. So that was my thinking, Bearded Coyote, right? I missed out on Death Company when they took them off stock. I missed out on Sangre Guard when they took them off stock. And they instantly like doubled or tripled in price. You want those Sangre Guard wings now? You just can't get them. You want those Sangre Guard shoulders now? You just can't get them. I mean, unless you're willing to just pay over the odds, right? So I was thinking to myself, when I made that video on Monday night, I was actually worried to release that video, because I was like, if I release this video and it gets like 5,000 views, and everybody that views it comes to the same conclusion as me, that like, you won't be able to get those boxes anymore, then lots of people will buy them and the price will skyrocket. But my thought was like, I'm going to buy those Firstborn Terminators, because I'll either use them to completely customize a set of the new Terminators, and worst case, let's say I decide like a year down the line, I'm actually not going to get the new Terminators because I've got plenty of Terminators. then I can just sell them and get all the money I paid for them back, and probably more, right? Because they're only going to go up in value. And I think Marneus Calgar has just proved that, in that, like... Well, I wasn't even sure if I was going to open the old Marneus Calgar now, honestly, because, like, I want the one that I can actually play with, the current one. So if the old one doesn't have valid rules, well, I just sell it for 3 times the price I paid for it and buy the new one and then be $50 better off. I mean, seems like it would make a lot of sense to me, right? But yeah, it's just crazy, man. It's like a crazy economy that we live in with these things. Yeah. Evening, Boris. Every day GW makes another solid argument for 3D printing. I mean, people are always going to 3D print, right? I don't think anything. I don't think Games Workshop can do anything about that. Apart from the 2 boxes of Blood Angels Terminators in the mail, I've got none. Should I try and snag the FOMO box? You mean the new box that's coming out with all the Terminators? I mean, I think everything in that new FOMO box will get individual releases within, like, 6 months to a year. I suppose it depends on how badly you want Terminators right now. I mean, if they don't get new rules, Terminators are not exactly the most competitive unit, right? I still haven't solved the mystery of how the Terminator Ancient holds the Thunderhammer and the shield. And the banner. Well, I think when the Terminator Ancient has the Thunderhammer, he uses the banner like he's you know, like a, what is it they do in Mexico, like the bull herder. Like, he hides behind the banner and then they shoot the banner probably, or they swing at the banner and he's actually not behind it because he's fast. I mean, technically the model doesn't have the shield if you're holding the banner, right? Like, there's nowhere for the... You could model a shield onto his base, maybe. The Crux Terminatus box. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have any Terminators and you can get a good price on that Crux Terminatus box, I mean, it's going to be totally fine. I'm sure Terminators are going to... Like, with this big refresh, I'm pretty sure Terminators are going to get better rules than they've had for a while. The reason I'm probably... Like, personally, I'm probably not going to get the Crux Terminatus box, because I've got enough Assault Terminators. I've got enough Bolter Terminators, and I do wonder, like, I'd like to see what's coming in the 10th edition box set. Like, is the 10th edition, sorry, the 11th edition box set. Because if the 11th edition box set is going to include Terminators, then I'm going to have Terminators coming out my ears. Phil says 11th edition will be the Terminator edition. Well, that's why I mean, I'll be ready. I'll be painting. We'll be painting Terminators, Phil. Just says, I'm so happy about the new Terminators, I'm going to buy the new box ASAP and play 3x5 Assault and 3x normal Terminators. If they get better rules, even better. Well, if they don't get better rules, you're not going to last very much on the table with that army, I must admit, because you won't be able to kill anything. So I think let's cross our fingers that you get some better rules. Moss says I'm new, so I've just tried out Lag a bunch and I've tried Angelic Inheritors once. Is First Company a viable or fun detachment to play? Not right now, dude. Do not play First Company right now. They're actually, like, they're probably the worst. I mean, like, let's not sugarcoat it. I think they're probably the worst detachment you can possibly play right now. Sean says, I just fell down an eBay hole. What have you bought, Sean? I had a friend who fell down an eBay hole, or an online shopping hole one night at like 3 in the morning, and he woke up and he was like, dude, I've bought a car. I was like, dude, you were too drunk last night. And he was like, dude, the car's in America. This is a guy who lives in Scotland. And I was like, hold on a minute. You got drunk last night and you bought a car? He's like, yes. And I was like, and the car is in America? He's like, yes. And I was like, and are you going to America soon? He's like, I had no intention of going to America anytime soon. I was like, so how are you getting this car? And he's like, I'm trying to figure that out. And I was like, I don't even remember. I think he told me how much it cost, and it was like we're talking thousands. And I was like, dude, you have to stop going on your computer when you are drunk at the end of a night out. Like, I mean, everybody wants a new car. I guess like, why are you even looking at cars after you've had like 15 beers? Like, you know, like I told my wife, like, I would like a DeLorean, right? Like, when I was a kid, Back to the Future, that's like one of my favouriteest movies ever. She's like, she actually said to me, she's like, can you buy a DeLorean? I was like, yes. And she's like, are they good cars? I was like, no, they're probably terrible, right? Like, they're an automatic car from the 80s that probably has like no acceleration, and they're probably terrible. And she's like, so why would you want a DeLorean? And I was like, because the doors open like it's a fucking spaceship. And she's like, oh, those spaceship doors. She's like, she just looked at me and she was like, man, you're all the same. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, so would you buy a DeLorean? And I was like, no, of course not. I wouldn't buy a DeLorean. Like, the most unconventional purchase ever. But do I want a DeLorean? Yes. I want one. I just wouldn't buy one, and I definitely wouldn't go shopping for one. You'll pick up the car for... This was a few years ago. He did actually manage to get the car. He got it shipped over or some nonsense, but like, it was a complete headache. But yeah, he bought a car after like 15 beers. I think he probably realised in the morning it was in America. Like, I think when he bought it, he didn't realise it was like in a different country on the other side of the car, on the other side of the world. Sean says, they're looking at Sangre Guard box and Terminator box sets, and I scared myself at the prices now. Yeah, well, that's the tricky thing, man, is those old sets, when they're gone, right? And they're not gonna get cheaper. Alex says, I was hoping for some better characters in the Crux box. I really wanted to buy 2 of them, but now I'm going after only a single box. Yeah, it's just repackages of previous, really... Apart from the Ancient, that's the only new character, right? I didn't actually realise the Terminator Chaplain was new. I thought it was just the old Terminator Chaplain that had the shield, or is he a new Terminator Chaplain? I didn't pay enough attention to the article. You know, one big advantage of the new Terminators will be they'll be a lot faster to paint. If they won't have blood drips on every single piece of armor or every single leg or every, you know, they won't have 15 million purity seals. So there's an advantage to that, I guess. Us sadists that like to customize our armies will be happy though. So is this camera actually focusing on the models tonight, or are we just doing it only hand stream again? Highland Phoenix, you just randomly said working out. To what extent? Oh, and then you deleted the message. Okay. Are you working out, Highland Phoenix? You should be. He's texting his wife. She's like, what are you doing? He's like sat there watching a Warhammer stream. He's like replying, working out. I'm fucking with them. I just saw the Space Hulk models. They look good. Yeah, the old Space Hulk models are pretty good. They're all in custom bases though, so you'd have to do some rebasing there. Hello Ross, good evening. Yeah, normally Wednesday night is my battle report night, but my opponent was unwell tonight, so I mean, whenever I can't get an opponent on Wednesday night, I feel like it's not the end of the world. It lets me get a little bit more painting done. But you know, I still have the night sort of dedicated to Warhammer stuff. So, and I always have painting to do. Like I'm like the slowest painter ever. So there's always painting to do. This is a good example of when I should have used magnets. I've built 2 Ancients, one with a Thunderhammer, one with a Lightning Claw. I really should have used magnets there. I would have really probably saved painting an entire model, but hey, hey ho, it's what it is, right? Stormbolters need to get some fucking AP. VT says Stormbolters look janky and AP0 is obnoxious. I think, considering, like, the whole thing was Terminators are supposed to be more elite than the regular guys, right? Like, that was the whole thing. They're in Terminator armor. They've got bigger guns, they've got bigger weapons, because their armor lets them hold bigger guns and bigger weapons. So if a bolt rifle is AP1, then Stormbolters should be AP1. Stormbolters at AP0 is rubbish. It's absolutely rubbish. AP1 damage 2. Oh, controversial opinion. Learn, play, train. I mean, everything in every other army is damage 2. So yeah, that would make Terminators interesting. Keep it rapid fire 2. Make it damage 2. Terminators are just ripping the shit up. Yeah, I like it. Let's make it happen. Who do we gotta tell? But no, I think for 100% they should be AP1 by default. I think anything less is just pointless. It's like, here's 40 shots that'll make you fail 1 save because you rolled a single one. It's dumb. Boris says I have a whole pile of Centurion weapons to magnetize after I get them painted up. See my Centurions, man. Because I only ever really run 3 of them. I just picked a weapon option. I think it was the Flamers, and I've just always run them with the Flamers. Like, they're not that much better with the Meltas. So yeah, I guess my Centurions are just always Flamer Centurions. I mean, in some ways the Melta's got a lot worse with the 10th edition changing, like, Melta power. Stormbolters need to become Storm Rifles. Or they could, you know, they could become Stormbolter Rifles. That's a good name. I think they can probably just stay as Stormbolters. Just, let's get them updated. AP0 is rubbish. AP0 is like 15 years ago rules. And I mean, that's when Terminators came out 15 years ago, right? Well, even longer probably. Did I see the Art of War was winning with the new Raven Guard detachment? I haven't seen the new Raven Guard detachment. I haven't actually even seen the rules. Where are the rules for the Raven Guard detachment? Are they on Warhammer Community? Well, I mean, they must be in Warhammer community. I don't know where else they would be, right? Yeah, I have some of the crazy old metal Terminators, like the Rogue Trader Terminators. I think I've actually got 10 of them as well. I think I'm going to sell them, though. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to get... Like, you know when you're newer to the hobby, you buy a lot of stuff just because you think it's cool, and then you start painting stuff and you realise how long stuff takes, and then you're like, oh yeah, man, I bought that one unit and I'm never getting to it, and it's not that important to me, maybe I should just sell it. So I think I'm going to sell... I think I've got 10 Rogue Trader Terminators. Lightning Claws and Thunderhammers, probably got 5 of each. I think I'm just going to sell them. I don't think I'm going to do them. They're so old as well, they'll probably be better if they were stripped. So someone with a passion for old models maybe can strip them. And I don't even know if I really like painting metal models anymore. Like, once you... Like, it's the same... Like, remember when you used to paint resin models, like Forge World stuff, and then you get finished painting the resin models, you're like, oh my god, thank goodness. I'm not going to paint another resin model for a while. I think metal models are like that as well, and metal models also wreck your paintbrushes so bad, right? So I kind of feel like I don't think I care about the Rogue Trader Terminators anymore. Don't get the Firestrike servo turret, dude. I've had one for like 2 years. Actually, no, I've had it since before I moved in this house, and my mortgage is coming up for renewal. So I've had it for 5 years, the Firestrike servo turret, and I've never fielded it. I think it was a big waste of money. It needs a complete rework on its rules, I think. So I would really advise you don't waste your money on a Firestrike servo turret. Maw says, do you think the Baal Predator will get a refresh when they retire it? It's really hard to know what's going to happen to Firstborn tanks and models in the new edition, and it's really hard to know if they're going to be replacing any of them with new tanks. Because they don't really announce that, right? Based on all the things that I've shown you on tonight's stream, though, right? Let's say you did go out tomorrow and buy a Firstborn Baal Predator. There's a very good chance, even if it does go to Legends, you will make your money back and more. Oh, look at this guy. I didn't even realise. This Terminator had to replace his helmet. That always gets people worked up, eh? When a Terminator, I mean, at least he's not unhelmeted, right? Because like if you're wearing Terminator armor and then you take your helmet off, that's a bit silly. So this guy obviously lost his helmet, saw a random ass Primaris helmet on the ground and thought, I'll have that. That's how we do get chat fired up. People love Primaris helmets on Terminators. It makes them feel warm and fuzzy inside, I feel like. That'd be fair to say? No, this is a second one. The OG Primaris helmet Terminator, I believe, has a Thunderhammer. This is a Lightning Claw one. How do you pick up a helmet and put it on with lightning claws? Yeah, very carefully. Yeah, super carefully you put it on with lightning claws. Scott says, I really feel in 11th edition we will get a Ball Predator upgrade kit for Redemptor. One can dream, right? I've been having these dreams, I feel like, for a while, Scott. You know, like, I've been having dreams of, like, a new Librarian Dreadnought, or I've been having dreams of, like, a better Death Company Dreadnought. But then we get, like, our box set, and the new Death Company Dreadnought is just the Brutalis Dreadnought with no changes. Right? Bring back the Chaplain Dreadnought. Yeah, I mean, the Chaplain Dreadnought was a nightmare, dude, just because of the Lookout Sir rule. He was, like, so exploitable. If anyone ever played with the Chaplain Dreadnought, the Chaplain was a character and he was in a Dreadnought, so he was able to, like... I forget exactly what he was able to do, but he was basically able to be untargetable. So it was basically like a Dreadnought that had las cannons. I think he had a twin las cannon? But this was a couple editions ago, so it probably just meant 2 las cannon shots. And because it was a Chaplain Dreadnought, it just meant, like, you couldn't shoot back at him. Because he was a character, right? I can't even remember what the rule was. It was just like if he was standing near infantry or he was standing near infantry or a tank, you just couldn't shoot at him because he's a character. Because he had the character keyword. So you end up with just like this fucking Dreadnought with las cannons just blasting you off the board and you can never shoot back at him. So there was a Chaplain Dreadnought. He got Legends not long after Iron Hands players started winning tournaments doing some cheesy shit like that, right? Mephiston is the Librarian Dreadnought replacement. I don't know. I mean, I feel like the Librarian Dreadnought was pretty iconic and he was also pretty cool. I would have loved to see him back. Or maybe even he just never needed to leave, you know? Like, it's weird that, like, Bjorn... Like, the Space Wolves kept a bunch of their firstborn Dreadnoughts, you know? Like, could we have not kept the Librarian Dreadnought? I played a lot of the Librarian Dreadnought over the years. He was a really fun character, and the ability to fly for him was actually really cool as well. Every fucking day there's a fly in this room. Well, that's one less. I don't even know where they're coming from. It's not like I honestly have killed a fly in this room every day for like the last 3 or 4 days, and I'm like, I don't eat anything in this room, right? Like, there is no food in this room. There is never food in this room. Like, I just don't eat in the room where I do Warhammer or computer stuff. I just don't, right? So it's like, why is there flies in here? Like, where are they even coming from? I don't eat any food in here. Nobody eats in here. Like, how are you living in here when there is nothing to eat? I mean, I can understand, like, if there's a fly next to the fruit bowl or something, it's like, hey, there's a lot of fruit just lying here. You know, like, the flies came in with the fruit or something, or they came in with, like, a plant. Like, I don't have any plants in here either. You know, like, my wife likes to fill up her house with house plants. There is no house plants in this room either, so there's no food and there's no plants in this room. Where the fuck are the flies coming from? It's like a never-ending conundrum. I don't know why the flies love the smell of paint. Do they? Is that it? Yeah, I mean, I think what we have to do is we have to hope for a more meaty edition, a more meaty release next edition, right? Because this edition was a little bit, like, our codex is pretty small. There was a lot of data sheets that didn't get very much play at all. Hopefully next edition we can get a bit more meat and potatoes, whatever you want to call that. Maybe it's the lights. Do you know what? Some of them will probably come in. Like, I always have the window open because I always feel hot when I'm streaming. There's a light here, there's a light here, there's a light here, there's a light. So there's 5 lights on in this room. And when I'm recording videos, you know, like the weekly videos, there's probably another light on as well. So there's probably 6 lights on in the room. So the window will be open. They see the lights. They're living just outside the window. They always find their way in here. Yeah, it's probably the lights. Good evening, Ian. I didn't see you sneak into chat. Hello. You think part of the reasons that they kept the Space Wolf Dreadnoughts is because they saw the backlash that they got from the Blood Angels players? Interesting. I never even considered that angle. I don't know if that's true, but it's an interesting angle. I mean, we were pretty pissed off, weren't we? God, we're the worst, man. We are that negative content that I said that we shouldn't watch. That's an interesting angle, though. Scott says, we've got some Sangre Guard and some characters that are actually Blood Angels. We have so much that went away that will surely be coming back upgraded. Yeah, I mean, I think we will get some, like every edition, every chapter, every faction does get something new, it feels like, right? I mean, Space Marines get something guaranteed, but the individual breakdown or the individual chapters do get something as well. So yeah, I mean, I think something will come back. I would really like to see like a really good unit for the Sangre Priest to attach to. Like, I really would like them to be able to attach to Blade Guard. I think that would be a really interesting option. I think Games Workshop are worried that the rules are too strong for that Sangre Priest to attach to Blade Guard. So I think maybe next edition they have to change the rules or something, because I think a Sangre Priest attached to Blade Guard would make a lot of sense. Like, you know, they're the new Primaris melee unit. We're a melee chapter, we should be all about that. Sean says, I can't bring myself to buy the new Sangre Guard or Sanguinor. The new Sanguinor is pretty cool, man. I bought him. He's beefy. He feels much more beefy than he did. Like, the Firstborn one now is probably quite anticlimactical, I guess. And, I mean, there's absolutely nothing... in terms of, like, how the new Sangre Guard models feel, I feel like there's absolutely nothing wrong with them in terms of like the size, the weapons they can have. I think the problem with them is just like lack of some of the customization in terms of no wings, no cool shoulder pads. But the actual new models are kind of nice. The new jetpacks are kind of nice as well. But no, I can see how you potentially miss some of that, some of the essence of the Firstborn, I guess. The Sanguinar needs a better head. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm like confident that I replaced his head. I can't remember what I replaced it with, but I'm pretty sure I didn't leave the Sanguinar's head as is. The OG head is not great, is it? Oh yeah, that's what I did. I gave him the head from the captain from the combat patrol. So rather than use the head that came with him, I've got no fucking idea where that would be now. I used the head that came with the combat patrol captain. So this guy isn't finished painting. I haven't been fielding the Sanguinar, so I guess I haven't finished painting him. But I think that head is better than the one that came with the box. It was the captain head. It was one of the captain heads that came with the combat patrol is what I ended up using. The Sanguinar's pose is worse than the sculpt. I mean, the thing about the Sanguinar, right? You could probably, if you wanted to, just use the backpack and the wings from the Sanguinar and almost like it's a pretty standard Sanguinary Guard jump pack. So you could put any model you wanted on that front bit, right? You wouldn't have to put this T-pose if you don't like it. You know, like at one point I was thinking of making a space. So this is the Firstborn Sanguinar backpack thing. I was thinking of making like an actual Space Marine captain. So I like cut the Sanguinar's head off and I cut his hand off and gave him an infernal pistol and a sword. But I mean, like you could put any body that you wanted against that. Wouldn't have to be this T-post guy, right? But yeah, I mean, if you compare the difference, Sean, in terms of size, the old to the new, it's quite a bit different. I mean, the top of the old bit barely even probably reaches where his backpack connects. You know, I have so many in-progress models. I need like, I was gonna say, I need to like win the lottery, Euro Millions, and then just if I win Euro Millions, then I'll just paint Warhammer all day every day and not have to worry about going to the day job. So every single time you guys come onto your computer, it'll be like John streaming again, because I won't have a job anymore. I'll just paint Warhammer. I might actually finish my pile of shame. No promises, right? Geez, says Highland Phoenix, I hate the Sanguinar. That's a pretty solid opinion, isn't it? No messing around with Highland Phoenix. I'm preferring Mephiston at the moment in terms of at least in my army list. A few people were surprised that I run Mephiston. They were like, the Sanguinar is much better. I was like, yeah. Sometimes I just like running stuff that I like running, so. You will become John Warhammer. Yeah, I mean... I've actually started playing the lottery again after like not playing it for like 10 years or something. I only buy one ticket. Been a pretty fun stream tonight, actually. Like, sometimes I feel like there's not too much going on in the Warhammer world, and sometimes my streams, like, I don't want to say linger, but they like get away from me and we talk about random shit. But it's quite nice to just talk about Warhammer. So I feel like it's been a good stream tonight to talk about what's coming, and I guess what the future holds. But yeah, this nonsense where the old kits are going on for like 3 or 4 times their retail is just crazy, man. Like, I thought originally it was just Sangregard, but the fact that it's happened to Calgar now, it's just like people are getting very sentimentally attached to the older models, and as such their prices are just skyrocketing. Any progress on getting the Mephiston t-shirt back for... So I've got a concept from my artist for the next t-shirt that I want to sell. I say I want to sell. Like, I want to put on the... For anyone that didn't know, there was big... So I was selling t-shirts, and there was big drama with the selling of the t-shirts. And it was nothing to do with me, but there was big drama. And the big drama was... Originally, let's say I sell a t-shirt for 20 bucks. The company that prints the t-shirt and sends the t-shirt to the user, it's probably not 20 bucks, it's probably closer to 30 bucks these days because inflation has made everything crazy expensive, right? So let's say I sell a t-shirt for 30 bucks. The company that makes the t-shirt and sells it gets, let's say they get 20 bucks. The postage is 5 bucks. So there's 5 bucks left over. So every time I would sell a t-shirt, I would get... It wasn't as much as 5 bucks. Let's say, I think it was about 3. So if you were paying 28 for a t-shirt, I get 3. The company that makes the t-shirt gets 20 something, and then there's the postage, right? So for every t-shirt that I would sell on the website, and I maybe sold 100 t-shirts, I'd get like 2 or 3 bucks. But then what happened was they stopped paying me, right? They just flat out stopped paying me. So like, they were not paying, so I was still selling the t-shirts, but they just decided like one day, like, they're not paying me anymore. I was like, okay, so I mean that's fine. I wasn't super worried about it. I only sold 100 t-shirts. It was only like 2 or 3 bucks. It wasn't the end of the world that they weren't paying me. But then I heard that they weren't actually even delivering to people that were buying it. So then they were taking people's money and not even delivering. So then I was like, alright, fuck it. I cannot sell t-shirts with this company anymore. I had to shut down the whole store. All the work that I'd done to set up the store had to be gone, right? Because it was just like, yeah, I can't have people coming to me and be like, I paid for a t-shirt, where's my t-shirt? And I'm like, oh, they just decided they weren't going to send it to you because their company's having some problems, or they're not making enough money. Like, I guess that's why they weren't paying me, that they weren't making enough money, right? So I need to get a new company that will actually do that, sell the t-shirts, actually deliver them, and as a bonus, pay me a couple of bucks per t-shirt. Because, I mean, that's how it should work. That's what's supposed to be doing. It's not like it's free for me to commission the artists to do the t-shirt designs, right? So I've commissioned this artist that did the last one. So there is a new t-shirt design. I'll show you it just now. It's not finished. But this is the direction that we're going, and when this design is finished, I will relaunch the t-shirt store with a new company that hopefully aren't going to dick everybody over, because that's basically what the old company would do. So I'll find one, but the company I was using before was the one that YouTube recommended. Like, it's the one for creators that YouTube recommended, but like they just flat out weren't paying. Speaking of shirts, what size jersey type do you wear? I'm going to send you one better than the Giants. Dude, you could literally send me anything that would be better than the Giants. We did okay in pre-season. I thought we did okay in pre-season, and it's just been a fucking disaster. Like, was pre-season like luring us into false sense of security because we're shit again. 0-3. Like, our season is pretty much over in week 3, unless by some miracle. I think we played 4 pre-season games. I think we won 3 of them. I'm like, what the I actually, like, you know, it's the hope that kills you, man. I went into the season thinking, like, cool, the Giants, they're like, I really thought we were going to win at least, like, one of our, like, first or second game. I thought, like, we're going to start the season well. We're going to get a win. No. Fucking useless. Yeah, I mean, we got rid of our best players, like Barkley's over at the Eagles crushing it, and now Daniel Jones apparently is crushing it in the Indiana Colts as well, right? So here is the next T-shirt, and this is not finished. It's a concept. This is no, not wrong button. This is what the next one might look like. So this is the design that we're working on. I don't know how far away from being finished. I'm not an artist. But this is what we're thinking, something in this nature. Hope you like it. I thought it was cool. So that should be like t-shirt design number 2. I'll need to chase the artist. You like it? Yeah? Alright, cool. I thought it was a good idea. Yeah? Alright, cool. Yeah, no, that's the direction that we're pushing for number 2. Hopefully, you know, I was going to say, hopefully there's no more hang-ups or issues, but yeah, that's what we're pushing for. So in terms of sizing, if you're dead keen bearded coyote, I can, like, I would say excuse me, UK large, American medium sometimes. I can send you a size chart of something that I wear that's American, that's medium. Alex says I will definitely get one immediately. Well, as soon as the design's finished, my plan is to order one from the new site that I end up going with. Check that I'm happy with the quality of it, because that's probably the most important thing, right? Like, if the quality is good and I'm happy with it, then we'll get a new shop opened up. And I know a couple of people talked about, like, helping with merch, but I mean, in an ideal world, like, I don't really want to have to do anything, right? Like, I want to be able to upload my picture to a website and then someone else will handle it all. And like, if I can get $2 or $3 per shirt, cool, but I mean, I'm not, I feel like I sold so few shirts last time. Like, I sold 100 of them. I don't even know if it was as many as 100, but let's just say it was 100. Like, it's only a couple of bucks per shirt. It cost me a couple of $100 to get the artist commissioned. So, like, I just really want to, like, if I break even, that's probably fine, right? It lets us, like, nothing against the Games Workshop Blood Angel shirts, but these ones, I feel like the Mephiston one we did before was kind of cooler than the Games Workshop ones. I have a couple of the Games Workshop shirts. It looks like a great one for the gym. Yeah, I mean, you could get that on a like a tank top. It would be cool, right? Well, basically, I'm gonna have to find a new place that does shirts anyway, because like I said, there was like big drama with the old website, so I'll try and find one that gives me some options. In terms of like, if you want graphic on the sleeve, you can have it, etc. Oh, it says my Mephiston shirt is my gym shirt. There you go. I have a gym shirt that has Gandalf on it. It's like a little caricature of Gandalf, and like Gandalf is like lifting some weights, and underneath it says "Lift, you fools." I thought it was really funny, actually. I've not watched Lord of the Rings movies in forever. Feels like. The biggest thing is to have the shirt cotton, not polyester. Yeah, I think most of the... I think the previous ones were cotton, right? Evening, Mike. How are you doing? These Terminators are going to get a rules update, says Tom. I hope so, Tom, because the rules stink at the moment, don't they? Like, nobody I know fields Assault Terminators, and I know a lot of Space Marine players. Everybody fields Blade Guard, nobody fields Assault Terminators. And I feel like Assault Terminators should be a step up from Blade Guard. I think they're a step down at the moment. See you, Sean. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, how long have I been live? Just coming up on 2 hours, so I'm probably going to have to go here before too long. So if you've got any more burning Blood Angels questions, you've got 5-10 minutes to ask them, and then you'll see me again on Friday for the weekly tactics video. So it's been a nice change of pace tonight working on Terminators. I've not been I've not worked on Terminators in ages, man. If the Thunderhammer rules become what Space Wolves have, how does that stack up in the maths? What do Space Wolves hammers have again? They're like Strength 5, AP 2, 3 damage, anti-vehicle 3 up, anti-monster 3 up? That's the Woven hammers. Are the hammers on their other units different? They're definitely 3 damage though, right? Where could I download the images you've created for your merch? Message me on Discord, Robert. I can send you it. It's not like super secretive or anything. I mean, up until now, I've only created the Mephiston one. To sell more shirts, you need to do a little bit more selling. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really... I guess selling merch isn't really my priority, Alex. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm always trying to grow my channel, I guess. But like, I would like, probably for like 11th edition coming out, I probably would want to try and get, like, probably have a, well, I say probably, I do have a goal. And my goal is to get to 25,000 subscribers. That's a goal I have set myself. And like, you know, I guess when you, in my case, when I have like I obviously have a day job I have to go to, so I have to set goals, and I can only work on them so many hours a day or so much time, I guess. So they have to be somewhat realistic, I guess. I feel like that's a goal I can achieve, so that's the goal I'm aiming for at the moment. The woven hammers, yes, they are more appropriate thinner hammers to me. A chain fist could also be tweaked to have more AP. Yeah, chain fist used to have AP 4 in the previous editions, didn't they? It's funny that, because at the start of the edition they talked a lot about like lowering the AP on stuff, and said like, this edition is going to be less killy and we're going to do some stuff around that to make the edition less killy. And they did that for the Space Marines, but then the second codexes started coming out, they weren't really less killy at all, were they? So it was like Space Marines got a bunch of their things got made less killy. Chainfist is a good example. They were AP 4, they got dropped to AP 2. Blood Angel's characters got less killy, I think. I mean, like Astrath used to get 4 damage per swing, he's now 2 damage per swing and nobody runs him. I mean, people ran Astrath a lot when you could do 4 damage a swing, right? I think I'm hearing one of my kids awake. I'll be back in just a sec. Ah, the wife has got it. Someone was awake. Alex says the survivor rule is awesome. I believe you will achieve it. Yeah, I think I can get to 25,000. So that is my goal. I'd rather hustle and try and do that than hustle and sell t-shirts. Because I feel like I can put out pretty good content these days. Right? Like, I feel like the video I made on the Terminators, like, I watched 3 other videos by other creators about those Terminators, and I feel like my video dived into the rules a little bit harder, or the maths a little bit better than the other videos that I watched about them. And I'm good at that stuff, and I've built that tool that has really helped me do more about the maths and the rules. So I want to keep trying to do that and just keep trying to make that better. But it's a battle, right? Like, I wish Terminators went back to a 3-up save, because they feel so soft these days with so much damage 3. Oh, you mean a 3-up invuln save? Oh, like the power fist, the storm shield used to be a 3-up invuln save. That was what it was, wasn't it? I completely even blanked on that. Was that right? Did storm shield used to give you a 3-up invuln save? That was like 8th edition, right? You know, but after they took away the 3-up invuln save, the storm shield for a little while was giving you +1 to your save, which meant like if you were hit with AP1, you still saved on 2s. You're hit on AP2, you saved on 3s. I like that as well, actually, because I felt like, you know, like if you ever got shot when you were in cover, I was like, all right, you're ignoring cover. You're ignoring 1 AP for cover. And then you're ignoring another AP because you've got a 1-up save, essentially, because the storm shield gives you +1. So you could potentially, if you were in cover, you could get hit on AP2 and you could still save on 2s. So it made Terminators, and this is when I was running Terminators in like my competitive Blood Angels lists. I was running Terminators in 9th edition, competitively, like I was taking them to tournaments. 5 Storm Shield Terminators. Well, I actually had, I think I used to run 3 with Storm Shields and 2 with Lightning Claws, so the unit had some versatility, or the unit had a bit of like, you know, it could deal with different types of threats. And the fact that like I would drop them, you know, from strategic reserve into cover, and then by dropping them into cover, it just meant like if anyone shoots me now, I'm ignoring 2 AP. So you have to hit me with AP3 to make me, you know, to make me save on a 3 essentially. If you hit me with AP2, I'm just saving on 2s. And that was very, very powerful for like yes, Terminator still sucked in terms of like their AP0 bolters were pretty underwhelming, but ignoring 2 AP like in the shooting phase basically all the time was very good. I really enjoyed playing that. I enjoyed taking them to tournaments. I think people actually sometimes underestimated just how good that was, you know. Because sometimes when you save on when you're saving just on 2s, you can sometimes spike those 2s real hard. +3 on 2d6 like the old days. God, it's been a while since they had 2d saved on 2d6. Yeah, the Storm Shield used to be the 3-up invuln. I'd forgotten that, man. I mean, it makes perfect sense. We used to run that Thunderhammer Captain with the Storm Shield all the time, didn't we? And he used to always have like his 3-up invuln save. Alright, I'm going to be here for 5 more minutes, guys. My eyes are getting tired. My voice is getting a little bit tired as well, so... any last questions? I'm looking to play Hearthband and Voton now. The core rules changed. The detachment was upgraded in the balance state slate. Reroll wounds of 1 closest enemy or in melee, and +1 AP for specific units. So I've only played Votan 1 time since the detachment was changed, and I thought they seemed pretty good now. I think I've got another game against them. I think it's probably going to be next Wednesday now. But, excuse me. I do quite like the new Votan. Like is it the Hearthkin? The new models? My goodness, those are strong. Or I think they're called Steeljacks, excuse me. It's the Steeljacks. That's what's... yeah. Those things give me nightmares. Like, holy crap, those things were strong. I think Terminators will get a refresh in terms... They're going to get something. I think probably, if you look at like Wolfguard Terminators and Deathwing Knights, they're getting that -1 to wound if you're shooting them with higher toughness stuff. I think if Assault Terminators got that, they'd be pretty viable. So basically, like if you shoot Terminators with Strength 5 or higher weaponry, You're just -1 to wound. I think that would make Terminators really good. You probably see just a lot more Terminators running around. Which would be nice. One of my pet peeves is when a unit is left like the entire edition with bad rules. Because like I always, you know, like I buy a lot of units. I never really run stuff that's super meta. I like to run slightly odd lists. And sometimes having more units that are viable, even if it's in slightly odds or slightly less competitive lists, is a cool thing in my opinion. So that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. A lot of you guys really did hang out and stay here almost the entire time. It's appreciated. Thanks to the new member. There was a new member tonight. I forget who it was. Oh, it doesn't scroll back that far. So whoever became the new member tonight, I appreciate you very much so. And Phil, thanks so much again for the super chat, dude. You're too generous. To everyone else that has a green name and supports me month on month, dude, I appreciate it. There wouldn't be a Blood Angels channel, I think, like this without you guys supporting me every month. And there certainly wouldn't be as many live streams if you guys didn't show up to keep me company. But yeah, we'll try and be back on the table next week. We'll try and get another. Well, I think it'll be another game against Votan. We'll try and get Death Guard on again. I do want to keep playing against Death Guard because I think they are a little bit weaker now, but I do think they're still a strong army. I think they've dropped to almost a 50% win rate, so they are quote unquote balanced now. But I'll have to leave it there, guys. Have a great evening. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you for Friday's tactics video. Good night. Peace. Thank you.